All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where Terence Crawford speaks out about Gervonta Davis not wanting no smoke with Shakur Stevenson. And once again, this is going to be the second video I've done this today. I'm going to agree with Terence Crawford. Let's talk about it in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where Terence Crawford did some talking this weekend about the division when asked about Shakur Stevenson and the stinker, the aftermath, rather, of the stinker Shakur Stevenson put on about 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks ago this Thursday. 2 weeks ago this Thursday against Edwin De Los Santos in Las Vegas in one of the most boring fights that I have ever witnessed. Now, I have to be honest with you. There's a threshold of boring. Like, you can't get any more boring, right? So there are fights that I actually found less entertaining and fell asleep completely on. I did not fall asleep on Shakur Stevenson's fight. However, there was very little action. Now, as you know, or you may know, Terence Crawford is very close with Shakur Stevenson and was asked about this fight and what he thought was going to happen with Shakur and the other guys at lightweight. And Terence Crawford answered the question. Before I get into the details of it, though, perfunctory, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a subscriber to the channel, thank you for your support in any way that you give it. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for sharing the video. Thank you for hitting the like, leaving a comment, and especially to the people in the super thanks like my guy Matty Yole and Barbara D and Jeff Miller, Cool Boys, not Cool Boy Steph, my guy Steph Brown, Bass Reeves. Thank you guys for your support. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. We have really good boxing conversations to take place here. Shakur Stevenson has had, according to Terence Crawford, is in a position now where nobody wants to see him. He said nobody in the 135-pound division wants to see Shakur Stevenson, even after that performance. He says you can say that he's boring, you can say that he can't punch, you can say whatever you want to say, but nobody in that division wants to see Shakur Stevenson in that ring. And of course, that includes the only other champion that there is in the division at this moment, and that is Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta is the WBA champion. Shakur Stevenson is the WBC champion. And the other two belts, the WBO belt and the IBF belt, are both vacant. The IBF belt, my understanding is, will be fought for by Vasily Lomachenko and George Kambosos in a fight that those guys are negotiating for 2024. You have the WBO belt, and we all know where that's going to go. That's going to go whenever Manuel Navarrete decides that he is going to move up to 135 because he's eating his way out of 130 pounds with his sloppy, overrated self. Because I'm telling you right now, I think Emmanuel Navarrete is one of the most overrated fighters in boxing. But whatever, you know. And the reason I say that is because, look, man, the guy got his 122-pound belt beating Isaac Dogbay. And in the ring, it looked like Jaime Munguia. It looked like the same size differential is when Jaime Munguia fought Saddam Ali for the 154-pound title. And then, to nobody's surprise whatsoever, Jaime Munguia winds up campaigning at 168 pounds. just ridiculously big for that weight division at 122 and 126 and at 130. With the difference between 126, 122 and 135 is 13 pounds. And I'm sure that is all in rehydration for Emmanuel Navarrete. But whatever. Shakur Stevenson is the WBC champion. And Terence Crawford is right. None of those guys are going to want to fight him. But more than likely, they will fight him. Navarrete will have to fight him, and the winner of Vasily Lomachenko and George Kambosos will more than likely have to fight him. The idea that Gervonta Davis doesn't want to fight him or won't want to fight him, I think is might be right, but it's probably going to be right for a different reason. Because nobody is really interested in seeing Shakur Stevenson fight. And I'm not saying nobody is. I'll be interested in him, but he poured a big old glass of water on any potential fight with him because of how he fought Edwin De Los Santos. That is going to be a fight that, unlike Errol and Terence, where you wonder how that's going to turn out, or Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, where you're like, okay, more than likely Anthony Joshua is going to get knocked out, but maybe Deontay can get caught and Anthony can knock him out. Or even Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, where that punches are going to fly. After watching Shakur Stevenson fight Edwin De Los Santos, you have to wonder whether or not Shakur Stevenson is just going to run around the ring and maybe land a jab here, try to land a jab there, and you're going to watch 12 rounds of Edwin De Los Santos 2, and where except for Shakur is probably going to be connect fewer punches because Gervonta Davis has much better defense than Edwin De Los Santos does, right? So it's just a stinker in the making, and there's a very good chance that people are just not going to want to see it. So what does Shakur Stevenson need to do? Well, he is going to have to what he needs to do, in my opinion, he would have had to do anyway. He needs to do that whole side of the street with kind of do like what Errol Spence Jr. did. And that's what is lined up for him. He is going to have to he won the WBC title. He's going to have to beat somebody for the WBO title. And then he's going to have to beat somebody for the IBF title. And then when he has all three of those titles, which I am fully confident he will be able to get, then you'll have a scenario where they say, okay, there's only one more champion left there, and then hope that the boxing fans and all of that will be looking for the fight with Gervonta Davis. And at that point in time, I'm sure Gervonta Davis would give him that fight. Because it would be up for that's the only other championship there. It's 3 fights away. Gervonta would have already fought all of the guys, multiple guys on the PBC side of it, and then you could wind up there. But I do think that Terence Crawford is right. He probably doesn't. Gervonta Davis probably right now doesn't want to see Shakur, because who would? Even if you can beat him, and I'm not saying Gervonta doesn't think that he can beat him. Why would you put yourself in a situation of being in a stinker fight like that and then still have 2 other champions in a division? Just a really funny situation that Shakur Stevenson finds himself in, with probably both of the winners of those other fights as well. Whoever winds up fighting for the WBO, and the fight between Kambosos and Vasily Lomachenko. But whatever the case is, we'll see when we get there. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.